On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary.
Hi, divas!
Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
Girl, I feel like I should be in a coma
No.
right now.
No, don't say
Look
that.
at this.
You need to
Look,
be...
this was, I
What
ate
is
this as
that?
dessert.
I want that.
It's a s'mores pie.
The presentation could be a little better.
No,
kinda
girl,
looks like
this is
cookie.
just, oh no. That's burnt marshmallow on
Ooh.
top, cool fudge underneath it, and the best like brown buttery graham cracker crust. I took you here. So we went after the gym, the champ and I and our friend Paige went to Dozens Bakery.
Loved it. Oh, that place was so good.
They have like a braised collard greens sandwich right now, which is so...
Look at you, Southern collard
Hey,
greens.
Southern. So decadent. I eat collard greens probably like 3 days a week right now. It's part of my meals.
Okay, so when you move back and you're right next to me, you can cook me those.
I will. The sandwich is incredible. They had like a good soup. It's honestly the best lunch or breakfast that you'll get in Nashville, in my opinion.
Can I tell you something?
Huh.
Since coming home from Nashville the last time I was there,
Uh-huh.
I cook biscuits once a week. Swear.
Girl, I just made them the other night too. Well, I didn't make them. I bought the like can
I
of
pop
them.
the can once a week.
Okay.
I'm not fucking cooking like that.
The other night I was making, what'd I make? Oh, I made homemade. Well, not home. The tortellinis weren't homemade.
Okay,
but
Mama, what's the truth?
I made a homemade vegetable soup with tortellinis in it.
Yum, you love a tortellini soup.
Love a tortellini soup with, and I tore up like kale and stuff and put it in there. It was so good, but I bought those crescent peely flaky honey biscuits.
Those are the ones. Oh, no, see, I do a honey butter homemade.
Oh,
okay.
You know what I did is I put a little bit of cinnamon in my butter.
Okay. You know, I've also been on oatmeal, and ever since we went to the Venetian, or no, where were we? We were in Vegas, and we went to Earth Cafe. Was that in the Wynn?
Encore.
The Encore. I knew I was not feeling right because I wanted oatmeal, and I've never craved oatmeal a day in my fucking life. Now I crave it all the time, and I watched a video of Chef K, who's like Kim Kardashian's chef, make oatmeal, and she does a little butter and browns the oats before she cooks them and does cinnamon. So good. But also, I have an article actually that I pulled for the show today that has everything to do with cooking and bread.
Let's hear it.
Okay. It's so perfect, actually.
I don't have that much to talk about in the beginning because we did record. We did record yesterday.
I know.
So.
True. This article is new from SmithsonianMag.com, came out June 4th of this year. It says, scientists made sourdough bread with yeast found on Otzi the Iceman's mummified body.
What the hell? How perfect is that?
Isn't that crazy? Okay, it says, and we did an episode on him.
Yes.
Okay, so
And he just came up. I brought him up
yes.
2 weeks ago, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
It says, discovered in the Alps in 1991, the remains are home to a wide variety of bacteria, fungi, and yeasts. And it says, you know, they discovered him. He said he was going bald, had numerous tattoos, and he was infected with a cancer-causing strain of HPV.
And they heard that and they said, honey,
yummy.
Let's make some bread, bitch.
They said, yummy mama. Now researchers say they have successfully made sourdough bread using yeast found on Otzi's body. Count me fucking out, okay? I'll do a lot of things. I'll eat a lot of things. I'm not. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. Or let me redo, because it coming out of my mouth, my brain was like, you're fucking lying.
Oh.
I would much rather eat sourdough bread made from a mummy than eat some weird animal thing. Like I'm not eating.
Okay, so you just created a would you rather situation.
I did, and I answered it. So now I'm asking you.
Also would rather eat the bread. These are like scenarios you make up in your head when you're little where you're like, okay, if I had to push one of my parents off a cliff, who would I push?
Well, see, I wasn't psycho.
Oh.
That's crazy. It would be my dad. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. I know that is like an OCD thing. I think when you're younger, like making up like, okay, what would I do if this happened? Like, what would I choose if this happened?
Yeah, fully. 100%. Or no, the OCD is also thinking, did I fucking just do that? Wait, why am I having those thoughts? Am I a killer? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. It says up next, they hope to try making beer. The findings suggest that Otzi is not a static relic, but a dynamic biological system. Oh my God.
Who's drinking the beer? You know, it's like, it's that guy. He's dark rimmed glasses. He's got a paperboy hat on. Mm-hmm. And he's like, this is dead man's ale.
He has suspenders on and a mustache that like goes
He's like,
up.
I've been trying to do it right.
I feel like we're thinking about two different guys.
I'm thinking of like hipstery Lumineers.
I'm thinking hipstery bartender that wants to be a bartender from
they work together. They work together. Yeah.
They're brothers, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it also says in this article, past studies had identified some of microorganisms living in Otzi's mouth and intestines, but researchers wanted to get a more comprehensive picture of the famous mummy's microbiome, and they were curious to know whether any of the microbes were still active and potentially damaging the remains.
This feels problematic to me. They need to leave him alone is what they need to do, because they shouldn't be making beer without his consent out of his mouth organisms and putting him on blast. Balding.
Making sourdough bread out of him.
It was just like a group of homesteaders.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm homeschooling my children. And we're going on a field trip to see Otzi the Iceman. And I'm going to power up with my beef tallow.
I was going to say, they're rubbing beef tallow all over him.
Yeah. And then I'm going to make the biggest sourdough anyone's ever seen.
I mean, I wonder if it tasted good.
You know, here's the thing. I know people that are good at making sourdough. Shane's stepmom, for instance.
Oh, she makes a killer one.
I've given you some. She fucking knows what she's doing. Mm-hmm. And she makes sourdough cookies. She makes all the things. And there is a difference when someone's good at it versus I've had other people I know that make bread. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's so good. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't know it different from a loaf from the store.
Right. I love sourdough.
It's the best bread.
Yeah.
Give me a good sourdough bowl with soup in it.
Oh, my God. I know. I just love, like, when I'm not feeling great, just toasted sourdough with some butter and salt. So good.
You know what used to be so good is, you remember Boudin's? Mm-hmm. They used to do pizzas. Mm-hmm. And they were the little sourdough pizzas. And I remember in like middle school and high school, after school, we'd go get them. Mm. And those were like, they're like the good salty sour sourdough.
Yeah.
And just, delicious.
Yeah. So we should open up a sandwich place called Otzi's.
Cute. And we use this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. It's not problematic if we do it.
Yeah. No. But truly, why don't they just let this man? Actually, no. I can't say that because I think it's cool.
Yeah. Well, and then they can grow some baloney from Lady Di's DNA.
Baloney?
That's what she looked like.
That's what her skin was made out of.
She was good.
She was baloney. Oh, God. Lady Di. Girl. Oh,
girl. Oh, we probably sound like some real assholes, Madison.
Oh, we sure do.
And this person wants to know if they're the asshole for refusing to visit their ailing father.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fucked up. No, I'm just kidding. Let's hear the story. Okay, so to start, I, 40s female, do not know my father. Never met him, never heard of him, heard from him in any way. Never heard of him, never heard from him in any way. My mother has never spoken about him. The only pseudo interaction I had with him was when I made the local papers for working 3 jobs to put myself through college. It was one of those first generation going to college feel-good pieces. And good for you. And his girlfriend came to the job the pictures in the paper were taken at. I worked at one job on campus. Now, that's weird.
Weird.
So she's never talked to her dad, and his girlfriend just shows up after seeing this in the paper. Now, this woman was weird. I had a short conversation with her in the hall. She wanted to know if my father was my father, like on my birth certificate. If I had a sister with my same name who had died. Was my paternal grandmother still alive? What did my father's siblings do? Girl, she's not Google.
Yeah.
I told her that my father was on my birth certificate. I had no sisters living or dead. My father's mother spoke to me every week. I had no clue what my father's siblings did. Evidently, my father had told her that his mother was dead. His brothers were local politicians in their hometown. My father's favorite sob story was that I was dead. Even had a picture with a rosary up in his trailer as a shrine.
Love.
When the woman had seen my picture in the paper with the same name, she had gone to my father about the weird coincidence, and he acted weirdly, denied I was his, and picked a fight with her. I told her I was not interested in continuing the conversation, and I went back to work. That was over 20 years ago. My cousin, Annette, 40s female, contacted me today. My father, who is in his 70s, is ill and in a recovery center. Evidently, in the last 2 decades, he moved back to his family across the country. He wants me to fly thousands of miles to see him as he wishes to speak to me. I told her no. My mom, 67, is recovering from chemo, and it has been a hellish experience, and she requires around-the-clock care. I work in education and have the summer off, and we're taking this time to get her mobile again. I told her I cannot leave her now, and Annette pushed that my father may be dying and this is his last wish. I told her I will FaceTime with him, even though I really do not want to, but under no circumstances am I leaving here to speak to him. I am now getting bombarded with messages from people I do not even know on Facebook telling me I'm an asshole. Some from his AA group, some from his extended family, but am I?
Abso-fucking-lutely not. Fuck that guy.
If a parent, because this comes up a lot recently, I feel like there's this theme of it. If a parent is not a parent to you, they do not get to expect you to come around and serve this role as like a doting, dutiful child. Like you do not get that treatment when you don't treat your children right.
No, in his eyes, you were dead. And he was playing this up that you were dead. He's a sick bastard. And the only thing I'm going to say is there an inheritance? Because if he's going to leave you something.
Girl, maybe take that little plane ride, sweetheart.
Maybe.
It doesn't sound like it.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
It doesn't sound like it. And even so, not worth it. So.
Well, how many zeros?
Girl, they better be 7.
Okay.
There better be 7, girl. No, I just.
No, fuck that.
Bad energy, bad juju.
Yes.
Bad stuff comes with that money anyways, because who knows who else is related or around him in that world.
True. But I want to know, did the girlfriend stay with him?
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. We don't know. We don't know. But I do know this next one said, am I the asshole for not attending viewing the deceased? Says my grandma passed on Sunday. I'm not particularly sad, kind of relieved for her that it's over. Tomorrow is the funeral that I'm going to attend, but half an hour ago, my father yelled at me because I don't want to attend today's viewing. I explained to him that today I have a project meeting for festival next week and that I really don't like going to viewings. He was furious because that's not the way he raised me, because Granny took care of me during childhood and every grandkid besides me will be there. For me, preparing for festival is important because I finally got friends I can spend time with and it's a big step for me towards bigger projects. I don't believe that group mourning will honor the deceased better than if I did it alone at the cemetery. And every viewing I remember is monotonous, praying in small groups, sitting in corners and talking about anything. Should I feel bad for my decision? It's not far away, but I wouldn't attend the meeting. Am I too dense or inhumane for caring less about the viewing than a project meeting?
No, I don't think so. I think a viewing can be weird. I think, there's some people that are very comfortable with it and there's some people that aren't. This person's not saying they're not going to go to the funeral, right?
No, but I do wonder, I'm like, okay, is this really about going to festival or is it you not wanting to be there? I don't know.
Yeah.
But they did add an edit.
Okay.
And they said, in the end, I did attend both.
Oh.
After my meeting, I headed right away to the viewing, even if for a short time. Do I feel better? No. Do others feel better? Maybe. But I'm thankful for the responses and pointing out my immaturity. I didn't want to disappoint friends, but I did end up disappointing my father. Right now, I do feel like a total asshole, and that was disrespectful of me. It's something deep within me I might have to work through with a therapist. So not everyone thought the same as us.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Well, no, I do see but that's what I was saying about like the festival thing. I'm like, because I could see how it would be selfish. Like you're choosing this extracurricular thing.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So I could see that. But in my head, I'm like, is it even about that? Or is it that you don't feel comfortable going?
Which
or
is
that you don't
valid.
want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, girly. Well, I'm up first this week, which means you should have a little side bitch.
I do. Okay.
Oh, he's going old school.
Okay. Geoffs. I hope this person still listens.
Oh, they sent the big box?
We had a Geoff. Geoffs. It has their name on here. Sorry. Graham and Pinky Spookenstein.
Thank you.
They sent us this big box of obituary clippings.
Yes. That you took with you? Didn't leave me any?
I took it with me. There's all these newspapers in here, right? There are so many vintage pictures in here, too.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was going through all of them the other day because I found the box, and it's so cool. I don't know if you guys
Oh, my God, cool.
There are so many in here. So I hope we thanked you the first time, but if not, I'm thanking you a second time. But there's also good Polaroids in here and stickers. Like this sticker.
I'm just fuming over here.
Telethon Jerry Lewis.
I would love to have that box.
You can't have it. All these pictures, like vintage pictures of people at a party and stuff.
Oh my God, cute.
And then wait, there was a cool guy I saw in one of them. Where'd he go? All these cool pictures. There was a guy who I was like, oh my God, this is me. Oh, there's like cool guys.
Hot.
I really want to show you this one.
Oh my God, that's you.
Is that not me? Party dad.
Party dad.
Love.
Cool.
But I found it in my office closet because I knew, okay, when we moved, I was like, oh, I really want to go through this. So we were unpacking boxes. I put that box specifically in my closet in my office. But then finally went through it. And I'm so glad I did. I have so many obituaries.
Oh my gosh.
This one in particular, though, is the Phila Daily News, which is, I believe, Philadelphia.
Phila.
September 9th, 1998. And it made me laugh. It's for Barbara Gallagher. On September 6th, 1998, Barb's was a true beauty, both from within and without. She was lucky enough to be born of great parents, the late John and Peggy Schuyler Doherty, and to have a wonderful childhood growing up in the Germantown section of the city. She flew with the Cardinals of Cardinal Doherty High School and with the Owls of Temple University, from which Barb's earned both her undergraduate and graduate degrees while attending night school. And then it says ... So she was a hard-working girl with brains. A tough combination to beat. A girl who made up her own mind. A fact of which her husband, Rick, greatly appreciated. A girl who last managed to manage a center city skyscraper, while Rick would wonder how it is she could not change a light bulb at home. Barb's would respond that she knew how to delegate, and that she did. Barb's was something else. She will be missed by Rick, her husband, her brother John, sisters-in-law Jackie, Ginny, and Mary, brothers-in-law Bob and Bill, nieces, nephews, and treasured friends and family. Barb's passed into God's hands at approximately 4:15 a.m. on September 6th of 1998 while holding Rick's hand. Relatives and friends are invited to her viewing in church on Saturday at 9:15. Flowers or donations are not requested. Only your presence is bequested.
Oh, I love
but
the
I just
whole
loved
detail of holding his hand.
I know, but it also just cracked me up because she's like fucking managing skyscraper operations and shit. He's like, really? Because at home, she can't change a light bulb.
She shouldn't have to.
She shouldn't, because Barb is that girl.
Barb is that girl, beauty within and without.
Love it. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to hear what had you spinning in your coffin this week.
All righty.
We'll be right back. And we're back. My chuny girly boony boop. What do you have, my boony boop?
Boony boop.
My boony chuny girl.
Well, what had me spinning in my coffin this week is something that I think all of us are guilty of, and that is ignoring warning signs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Girl, meet 20-year-old me who could ignore not only a warning sign, but also a red flag.
Oh, all of them. All of them. I know. I mean, allegedly, some of us maybe drive a little too fast or maybe not fully stop at a stop sign. Not me, but I don't know.
Oh, that's shady. You know damn well I've been pulled over for both of those.
Oh, things. Yeah. Yeah, you two be driving crazy. Sometimes I take my Lexapro on an empty stomach, knowing full well it's going to make me nauseous.
Put the clip.
Roll the clip. Sometimes we maybe indulge in a little cigarette. I don't know, bypassing the crazy warning signs on the carton.
Oh, Paris, baby. I'm going to be like this.
Paris and like Europe has those crazy warnings on the cigarettes.
Oh, yeah. They put, like, I should bring you a pack. Open
caskets and shit.
I'll bring you a pack because they'll have like, yeah, someone like with their like jaw missing and shit. Like, yeah, crazy.
Okay.
Don't care.
Well, it's what we do as humans. I'll also say my little treat every night is raw cookie dough, and not the raw cookie dough that's like you can consume raw. It's like
yeah, she's got
fully
that
salmonella
sweets. Yeah,
they're gonna try to make fucking bread out of my yeast when I'm dead, and everyone's gonna get salmonella. Okay, but it's something that we do. We like all think. I think this is universal. We all think like that couldn't happen to me. Not that we're better or immune to anything, but it's just not fathomable sometimes.
Totally.
You know?
Yes.
But pretty much every single warning label or warning sign exists because someone had to learn the lesson the hard way. So it does happen.
Yeah.
Do not enter signs have stories attached to them. Warning labels have things attached to them. And
you and I are no stranger to entering a do not enter situation.
Fully. I know. I think about it like, and I'm going to tell you guys some stories, and I need to preface and say, like, I'm not victim blaming anybody. There are so many things that I have done, that you have done. We've talked about this. How the fuck are we still alive? Ignored everything. So it happens. But I hope today kind of, maybe people think twice. Okay?
Think twice.
Think twice. Warning signs are old as hell. They've been around forever. Ancient civilizations used markers to warn travelers, like painted on rocks, and sailors would mark dangerous reefs and like stuff like that. Like, it's been around forever. I think it's just in human nature. And then I was thinking about like skull and crossbones. They came in the Middle Ages and it represented death, but now they're like poison signs. So it's,
or like pirate ships.
Yes, I think it's called like the Jolly Rancher. Is that linked? Jolly Rancher?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I was also reading, which was fucking cool. I saw, Pompeii. The volcano erupted in 79 AD.
Yeah.
Which we should do an episode on Pompeii. I don't know why we haven't. Archaeologists found these beautiful signs under all the rubble and ash and stuff. And they were beware of dog signs that people had. But they were like made out of mosaic. So it was like a mosaic dog. And then on it, it said cave conum. And in Latin, it means beware of dog. So there's been warning signs since the beginning of time. People have been labeling shit. But it wasn't until the Industrial Revolution warning signs really exploded, because now we have trains, we have giant machines, we have explosives, we have electricity, like a million fucking ways to die just were created with the Industrial Revolution. So factories started posting signs like danger and high voltage and keep out. And then eventually those warnings moved beyond the factories and into products themselves, because companies were like, okay, we have to tell people fucking everything. And I found there's lists online everywhere. I have them linked of like the craziest warning labels that have been put on products because something insane has happened. So I guess in Sweden in the 80s and 1980s and 1990s, they were having issues with people grabbing the wrong ends of chainsaws. And there were so many incidents of this. And so now a lot of chainsaws have this warning label on them that says do not hold the wrong end, which is fucking crazy.
That feels self-explanatory. The two that always come to mind for me are, one, there was, I think it was allegedly an IKEA shelf that was falling over on people.
That's scary. Yes, it was killing kids.
I remember, because they're in every bathroom blinds ever. Like the children can strangle in these blinds, like I feel like I always see those ones. And of course the like warning under 12, the can't sit in the front seat or whatever airbag.
Oh yeah. I remember too, there was some like kids clothing on a hoodie had the like the string, and those had to go away.
When we were kids, they were throwing everything in that would keep us entertained in the crib, and now it's like don't put anything in there.
I know fully. I don't know how we survived. I grew up with a pool too, which is like,
there was no fence.
No, not at all. I learned how to swim very young, but like still, I don't know how. I don't know. And that's like the leading cause of death in kids, I think.
Our parents were rolling around in their cars growing up, because there weren't car seats, there weren't seat belts. They were just rolling around.
How about my dad drove this crazy El Camino, and like the roof was falling off of it. And then my brother had a 1957 Chevy, and it had no seat belts. We were fine.
Just fine. We
Survived. I know. Wild. On Conair and Revlon blow dryers, allegedly, they had to put warnings on these blow dryers because in the 90s, there were all these house fires because people would fall asleep with them. And I've read, sometimes I think people will fall asleep with them in their bed to warm.
There was a lady on My Strange Addiction, and she was addicted to sleeping with her blow dryer.
Well, they have on the label now, do not use while sleeping.
Only while showering.
Only while showering. This one's fucking stupid. Some stroller manufacturers had to put remove child before folding.
That means enough people
were folding.
I mean, I know a lot of moms, and they do get mom brain sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
So I could see it. Also, strollers are the most complicated things, especially now.
I know.
They're hard. Like I feel like the biggest dumbass. Like my sister will come visit, and I'm like, how do I put this away? Like, how do I put
and
this
she's
down?
probably just like.
Oh, she's like what, a baby in one hand, toddler in the other, like kicking it closed.
Yeah. God, moms are
something
incredible.
Else. Yeah,
I know.
Truly. Engineers.
Yeah. Oh, fully. There was a Superman costume that had to have a warning label that said wearing this garment does not enable you to fly.
God.
People, come on. But one of the most like haunting warning signs that I've seen is a sign that's for Eagle's Nest, which is located at the entrance of this underwater cave system in Florida. I guess Eagle's Nest is considered one of the most dangerous cave dives in the world. And cave diving is something we need to talk about another time.
I was gonna say I'll never do it. It's none of my business.
It's fucking crazy. This sign, I don't know if you can see it. It has the Grim Reaper on it, and it says in big letters, "Stop, prevent your death, go no further." Fact, more than 300 divers, including open water scuba instructors, have died in caves just like this one. Fact, you needed training to dive. You need cave training and cave equipment to cave dive. Fact, without cave training and cave equipment, divers can die here. Fact, it can happen to you. There's nothing in this cave worth dying for. Do not go beyond this point. People still go beyond that point and die cave diving all the time.
Those are warnings that I'll always listen to. Like if I've gone hiking and there's, within reason, if there's something where it's like, don't go on this, sliding rocks or something, I was like, I'm not going to that. That is not a risk I'm personally willing to take.
I know. Well, okay, so I have a couple stories of some more ignored warnings, and this kind of goes with what you're saying. So have you ever been to Land's End Point in San Francisco? It's like by the Golden Gate. It's like a lookout spot. Well, there are warning signs everywhere telling visitors to stay away from unstable cliff edges. Well, in June of 2017, 3 teenagers reportedly ignored the signs, specifically a danger area closed sign, and climbed into a restricted area. And according to investigators, the group knew the area was closed and went through anyway, but who hasn't done that? Like, I feel like, especially at 17, there's a place. I grew up like in the South Bay, and in San Pedro, there's a place called Sunken City, which is, you know where it is. Yeah. And it's like everyone would go. There's so much danger that we just probably avoided. They walked out toward the cliff's edge near a place called Painted Rock. And then 17-year-old Victoria La Roca fell between 150 and 200 feet to the rocks below. She had crazy head trauma. She died because of it, which is exactly why the sign, was there in the first place. But we ignore it. So then, okay, this one freaked me out because it's something I've heard always growing up by a beach. They say like after a rain that you should not go in the ocean water for 72 hours. It's like a public health thing. Like if you've being from Southern California, you've probably heard the warning before, like after a big rainstorm, all kinds of nasty stuff gets washed into the water, like bacteria, runoff of stuff. Like it just happens.
Yeah.
So this guy, his name is Barry Alt. He was kind of like a surfing legend in Southern California, I read. He was 71 years old. He was a former U.S. surfing champion, and he had spent his whole life in the ocean, pretty much. Well, in December of 2014, Southern California got hit with like a pretty decent rainstorm, and officials issued the usual warnings telling people to avoid the ocean. But the waves were good, and Barry went surfing anyway. To be fair, he had been surfing forever. I'm sure he had surfed 1,000 times after the rain, but he also, I'm sure, knew the warning. Is something like you would hear it on the news, like don't go out, and it's like, okay, whatever. Well, yeah, he goes out surfing, and then after surfing, he started to feel like he had the flu. Then things got worse and worse and worse. Doctors eventually determined that Barry had developed a severe staph infection, and he ended up passing from that.
Sad.
Very sad. ABC7chicago.com said, quote, usually staph infections can be treated with antibiotics, but Alt had a new heart valve and the infection attacked his heart. Doctors were unable to save him. A county health official believes the bacteria that caused Alt's death is different from the usual storm runoff bacteria, but he advises people to stay out of the ocean following a storm. But then NBCSanDiego.com says, quote, there is another gentleman that Barry was surfing with that day that got very ill as well, and a younger gentleman that also got sick, said Alt's surfing friend Don Clark. So kind of too coincidental. So who knows? I was reading through like his obituary and he seemed like such a great guy and just a cool surfer dude that, you know, it's just so unfortunate. But it is like, I don't think it's ever been determined that that was the actual cause, him going in the water, but it is, like this person said, very coincidental that everyone who went surfing with him got the same sickness. So
yeah,
who knows?
Crazy.
All right. Now we have, this one's pretty like, okay, what the fuck? So I just feel like at a certain point, a sign can only do so much. Like you just were fucking not asking for it, but God, come on. So in July of 2015, there's this man, his name's Tommy Woodward. He's 28 years old. He's hanging out near Adams Bayou in Orange, Texas. And he was at this place called Burkhart's Marina. There's like a bar restaurant there that everyone hung out at. This area had signs warning people not to swim there because there were a ton of alligators in the water. Not only were there signs though, people I guess like named some of the alligators. Like this was a known thing. I guess there was Cheeto and Marshmallow were like some of the alligators. This is a totally known thing. But then I was reading that like, yeah, but some of these people swim with the reptiles. Like no big deal. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is there were warning signs. You knew that there were alligators there. Well, Tommy, one night after a couple drinks is like, I'm going to go fucking swim. I'm going to go for a swim, okay? I guess the bartender was like, Tommy, please don't. Like, there are alligators. Do not go out there. Now I want to read you what happened from BuzzFeed.com. It says, quote, Tommy removed his shirt and billfold and joined by his companion, Victoria LeBlanc, tiptoed toward the water. At this point, LeBlanc saw a big gator, maybe the same animal Burkhart had encountered, emerge from beneath the dock. She alerted Tommy to its presence, who shouted back, fuck that gator, and plunged into the bayou. Tommy was near a small island across the swamp when the gator got his arm. When LeBlanc jumped into the water to save him, he yelled for her to return to land. She obliged, then frantically ran inside for help. After dialing 911, Wright grabbed a flashlight, killed the lights to reduce the glare, and scanned the water for him. After 5 minutes or so, she's unsure, Wright found him face down near the pier. The gator quickly pulled Tommy under again. He surfaced about 20 yards downstream before disappearing into the darkness. 2 hours later, Tommy's body was found with the left arm missing from the elbow down. His cause of death was drowning. Tommy Woodward was the first person to die from an alligator attack in Texas since 1836.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yeah, like we don't want to, it's a sad situation, but also
that one though, come on.
What do you think is going to happen?
What do you think is going to happen?
It's like saying don't jump out of an airplane without a parachute, and then someone jumps out of an airplane without a parachute. It's like, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. I was reading like this whole article on this incident because I think like, the family members are like, yeah, now he's the fucking butt of jokes. He was a real person. He died, right? But then I was like going on reading and there was this whole fucking manhunt for the alligator. Some guy ended up finding the alligator, killing it.
It's not the alligator's fault.
You're in its home.
Yeah. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. So, yeah, okay. But I wanted to leave you with when a warning sign actually kills. I found this little snippet from the Buffalo News 1925. It says, Niagara Falls, July 5th. Broken glass from a safety first sign caused the death, physicians say, of Garner Rose, 30 years old, of 4B Street, Akota, in Memorial Hospital Friday. Rose was employed in a Buffalo Avenue plant a few days ago, assisting her men to close a window. Over his head hung the safety first sign. It was jarred from its position and broken when the window was moved. Glass entered Rose's back, penetrating his lung. Dr. Eames says death was caused by blood poisoning. His wife, 3 children, and father survived. So
dang.
He was standing under a glass safety first sign. They closed the door, the window, and it fell. And yeah, ironic.
Crazy.
I know.
Yeah, that's an ironic death is what that is.
That is, I know. So don't ignore the signs, guys.
Don't ignore the warning signs. Lovely. Well, we're going to take one more quick break. And then when we come back, I'll tell you what had me spinning in my coffin this week.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back.
And we're back. Chuny girl, what had you spinning in your coffin?
Okay, I have a little quickie for you guys this week. Kind of giving early days of obituary lengthwise, but I could not talk about this because it involves a wild story that touches on a funeral home, and one of you sweet Jeffs or Geoffs sent it to us on Instagram.
Ooh, okay.
Also, somebody wrote into us, I think on Spotify, and they were like, you guys, it's pronounced like Jeff, J-E-F.
Oh, no!
I'm like, girl...
They're new here.
You must be new. And then also, I forgot to tell you about this morning. We got probably 10 comments on Spotify from this one miserable wench.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Correcting us on everything, talking about how dull the American school system must be and blah, 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 like all this. And so I went block, and it was like they can no longer comment on anything. And I said, good.
Oh my
and
God,
let that be a lesson. No, because you know what? I mean, all press is good press, babe. I'll normally like ignore a hate comment, but they were going all morning, and I don't know how to turn the Spotify comments thing off on my phone. And so they were popping up, and I was like, this bitch is getting blocked. I don't give a fuck. It's also, I don't care when we get hate, especially if they're funny. Cause like, you know, we laugh. Nothing's real. We don't give a shit. But when they're writing these paragraphs about how dumb we are or something, I'm like, I don't care. They're feeling so good writing these paragraphs.
I know.
Like, I'm so smart, and here's my vocabulary and every word I know. And I'm like, I'm actually just going to block you. And then I picture them going to comment again, and they can't.
Oh, love that. Rejection.
Yeah.
But are they from... Doesn't sound like they're from the United States if they're talking about...
They're abroad.
Okay, so Spencer will be in London and in Paris. Actually, this will come out, huh? But when you're back. But damn, meet up with him on site.
Bitch. Yeah, let's go. Let's square up.
Yeah, maybe the education system isn't great, but the School of Hard Knocks, we can fight.
Anyway, a sweet Geoff sent us this. And this story that I learned about was so wild. So this kind of starts back in 2002. On October 19th of 2002, this group of Boy Scouts are hiking through a wooded area near Somerset, Wisconsin. And as they are trudging their way through all of the probably fall foliage, I imagine, looking for whatever you look for when you're a Boy Scout, something to add to the badge. These kids stumble upon a garbage bag.
Oh.
Inside of that garbage bag is a human skull.
God. Okay. Well, skulls are better than flesh.
Yeah. I mean, there was hair. Like, there was stuff going on.
I hate hair.
So, I mean, that's the kind of shit you never forget about. I remember being a kid, like, me and Olivia, my older sister, we played in this creek that ran through our backyard all day long. That's like where we were from like daylight till it started to get dark.
Aww.
And we would find little pieces of like rusted metal or something and come up with a story. You know, we'd be like it'd be like part of a lawnmower probably. And we'd be like, this looks like it was part of a machine gun or something.
Yeah.
Like you just make up and concoct these crazy stories when you're a kid.
So cute.
So to actually find a bag with a skull in it as a kid, I mean, as an adult, that's a shock. But as a kid, that would be like I would tell everyone.
What would you have done? Yeah.
Oh my God. When I'd go tell my mom, but then I'd be like, I probably realistically, because we knew all our neighbors growing up and we could go to everyone's house. And there was like older couples who lived on the street who would like let us come over and just come in their living room while they were eating dinner. Like, it was just such a good neighborhood to grow up in.
Yeah.
I would have gone and knocked on all of their doors. I'd be like, I found a head. I found a head.
They probably would have been like, that's fucking Spencer again.
I found a head. Yeah. But imagine you come home from Boy Scouts that day and your mom's like, honey, did you start a fire by rubbing 2 twigs together? And you're like, no, Mom, I found a decapitated head.
Yeah.
Actually, it's what I found. Life's a little different here now, Mom. I'm starting smoking, Mom. Can you get me a scotch? Can you give me some scotch?
100%.
These Boy Scouts, I think, were like a little older. They might have been like preteens. But anyway, they obviously report this unsettling find to their troop leader or whatever. And then they tell the local sheriff's department in St. Croix, is how you pronounce it. Croix. St. Croix.
Where LaCroix come from.
LaCroix. And the skull is taken in and they bring it to their forensics team for examination. And during the examination of the skull, they determine, and I'm so into forensics right now because I've been on a Forensic Files rewatch. They determined that the skull most likely belonged to a woman of either Asian or Native American ancestry, like indigenous. And they were also able to determine that she was believed to be between 35 and 60 years old when she died, which is a jump. And also that she was missing all of her teeth prior to her death.
Oh.
And then in addition, they concluded that she had been deceased for about a year.
Oh.
They were unable to tie her to any recent missing persons cases in the area. And so they dubbed her the St. Croix County Jane Doe. And so years and years and years go by with no answers. Nobody seems to know where this head came from or to whom it belonged. And so almost 2 decades pass with no answers. And one day, the sheriff's office reaches out to the DNA Doe Project, and a DNA profile was generated based off of the skull, and it was uploaded to multiple different databases where it was learned that this woman was actually not most likely Asian or indigenous. She was most likely Swedish. And they were also able to find a match to a distant relative, a 4th cousin of hers, through this database system.
Okay.
And that led to them creating a family tree. And they learned that some of the family members, like some of the descendants, had settled in Stillwater, Minnesota, which I guess is just a few miles away from where the skull was found.
Can I say Stillwater and then LaCroix, sparkling water?
Interesting. Very interesting, Madison. We'll write that down.
Okay.
None of the family members who they traced to Stillwater, however, had ever been reported as missing persons.
Oh, okay.
So it was bizarre.
Yes.
Thus, this research team shifts their focus from a potential homicide victim, which is what you'd assume, right? You find a random head somewhere, to instead focusing on any of those family members who had died within the time frame and somewhat matched the description whatsoever. And this leads them to one woman named Alice Peterson, who had passed away in 2001, a year before the skull was discovered. Further testing would later conclude that the skull did in fact belong to Alice Peterson, but she was 91 years old when she passed. And I was like, damn. So initially forensics showed a possible 35-year-old Asian woman when in all reality, she was a 90-year-old white woman. There's such a leap there, especially.
I would feel flattered. I would feel flattered.
Yeah. But I'd be embarrassed if I was the initial team because I'm like, this is crazy to me. Like when you consider that this is happening in 2002, right? This is not like a 1920s investigation where they're just fucking throwing darts back then.
Yeah.
So anyway, they figure out, okay, this must be the head of Alice Peterson. But now they needed to figure out why the hell her skull was miles away in another town when she had been cremated in Stillwater at the Seamanette funeral home when she died the year before.
Okay.
So that's bizarre, right? That's the
Yeah.
story that her family gave. They're like, no, we had her cremated.
Okay.
And then they find her skull.
This is why you should witness cremations.
Yeah. The funeral home had been the go-to place for many Minnesotans throughout the decades leading up to 2001. And it's Simonet. I've seen it pronounced as Simonet, and I've also heard it pronounced as Simonet, so I'm not sure. Going with the popular one there. But the reviews for this funeral home are glowing. They have a very stellar reputation. And in 2001, when Alice passed away, her remains were left to be cared for with Simonet's then funeral director, a man named Benjamin Hansen, who at the time was 32 years old. Well, it turns out that according to ex-employees, around that time when Alice was brought in, Benjamin had allegedly gone off the deep end. That same summer, in fact, he was even hospitalized for a plethora of mental health issues. Not exactly who you want handling your loved one's corpse.
Right.
Especially when you learn that he had been fighting a fixation for a while.
Oh, God.
This ruminating thought he couldn't shake. What would it feel like to decapitate somebody? He was himself horrified at the thought of it, but apparently something in him just needed to find out. When it was time to cremate the body of Alice, he goes and picks her body up from the hospital morgue as planned. But after he puts her into his work truck, he pulls out a handsaw and proceeds to cut her head off. He then brought the body in to be cremated as usual. And so this whole time, her poor family, they think she's in this little urn, right? They think all of her is in there, but little did they know her head is elsewhere. He eventually, after bringing the body in, he buries the skull at a cemetery.
Why didn't he just cremate it?
I don't know. Because he did it in the truck. Maybe he didn't want to I don't know. And I had that thought initially too, because initially when I heard about this story, I was like, oh, did he do this at the funeral? Like, why didn't he just throw it all in? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he was thinking very clearly. But he buried the skull at a cemetery, but then for some reason later went back and dug it up and brought it to a nearby wooded area and tossed it into a ravine, thinking like nobody's ever going to find this.
He has access to a retort.
Not only that, but I'm like, I feel like, yeah, they might not find the skull head you threw in a ravine, but they also definitely wouldn't find it at a cemetery. Why'd you dig it up?
Yeah.
I don't know. Investigators were able to piece all of this together, though, once they realized that she had been taken to that funeral home for a cremation. They were like, that's weird, because they got her cremains, but I don't know. So they end up pinpointing it to him, and they arrest him in 2025, and he admits to them that he just had this insatiable urge to cut somebody's head off. That was in 2025 when he was arrested. Well, earlier this month, he was sentenced. His sentence was 90 days in jail. I picture if it was my relative and this man had cut off their head and took it on a journey, I'd be fuming.
I know.
In addition to the 90-day sentence, he was ordered never to work again in the funeral business and to stay away from funeral homes, but not harsh enough, in my opinion.
He belongs in one, not living.
Oh.
No, just kidding. But if it were my family, are you kidding me?
Oh.
Or a loved one?
Off with your head.
Off with your head. Guillotine.
Yeah. Give the guillotine, honey. Oh, God. Well, that's the story.
Oh, my God. I'm so disturbed.
Disturbing.
Really disturbing. You know, do you ever think about, do you think it would have just been more beneficial if he would have gotten away with it for everybody involved?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to know. I would want to think there.
Well, it's not justice, I guess, for the deceased.
Yeah, true. That's true.
But it'd fuck me up pretty badly.
Really?
Because that's not something I'd ever be able to think of Nana again.
I know.
Without thinking of that story.
Could you imagine her watching it? What the fuck is this fool doing to my head?
She'd be like, oh, this man is taking me to the morgue.
Yeah.
Oh, why does he have a saw?
Okay, why the fuck is my head there? Oh, God.
Are they supposed to do that?
Boy Scouts?
Oh, my God. In a trash bag?
Oh, my God. No, Nana. Yeah, he deserves. I hope he gets his shit rocked.
I hope whoever takes care of his body
Yeah.
gives him that same treatment. Turn him into a football, like Jeremy Bentham.
Like Jeremy Bentham. Did he do anything else nefarious with the head?
Oh, trust me, I had that thought too. I don't know.
Okay. I hate people.
People are gross.
God. Sick. Well, thank you.
Disturbed. Sick and twisted.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about how to honor people in a nice way with some obituaries, shall we?
Let's do it. I have... Oh, a fly just flew into my mouth.
Cool.
I know.
That's what I'm going to find when I cut your head off.
I turned
into a human fly. I go buzz, buzz, buzz.
I turned into what?
No, you don't turn into a fly. You turn into just rockabilly.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. This is from 2010, The Standard. To all Diva's friends, even those who wish she would stay home, that lived on the west end of Flood Hope Road, I am so sorry to tell you that Diva passed away on November 14th. I thank you all for the love you shared with her. She will be dearly missed.
Oh, was she a dog?
Diva was a dog.
Oh,
She was a cutie.
I love little divas.
I know.
Rest in peace, Diva.
Rest in peace, Diva. Who do you have?
This is from The Sun, November 22nd, 1900. It says in huge caps. Girl, I'd be embarrassed if this is mine. Fell downstairs! Exclamation point. This is actually kind of crazy.
Wait, remember that email we got? We read it a long time ago, but they included pictures of what they saw at an estate sale, and it was like an old lady's house who had passed.
And they fell into the wall.
Her head broke through the wall.
Girl, that was crazy. This is literally in the newspaper. An old lady at Orton killed by misstep. A very sad and fatal accident occurred at Orton on Sunday, by which Mrs. Parker lost her life. She in some way missed her footing when coming downstairs and fell to the bottom and received injuries which resulted in her death a few hours afterwards. Deceased was a very old lady, 96 years, and at the time of her death was living with her daughter, Mrs. A. McDougall. She was highly respected by all who knew her. She had been ailing for some time, but her sad death came as a shock to her many friends. Her husband died about 4 years ago. She leaves a family of 4 daughters and 2 sons to mourn her loss. The funeral took place Tuesday afternoon. I'm just like, you don't need to call her a really old lady. And
that, yeah. But I will say it is so scary how older people, and this will happen to us, God willing, we live that long, how unstable they get and just how falls are so prevalent and how falls are just
they
like
fallen
out of nowhere. And there are like TikTok videos that make me laugh, like when grandma's not getting enough attention and she launches off a staircase.
Dude, it's your skin too. The older you get, the more your skin just loses its elastic. It just rips off like fucking wrapping paper.
Yeah. I know.
Or you see like, you know, you hit your arm and like the bruise is like, you're like, oh my God, you look like you got the shit beat out of you.
I know.
But really it's just like, they're like, nah, I bumped into a corner.
Yes, 100%. I know. Scary. Very scary.
Scary. And we got some more scary people to talk about because we have spun in our coffins.
We have bitched our obituaries.
That means it's time for some dumb
ass
criminals.
My fingers are out today. I'm pointing.
Girl, they're out. She's pointing.
I'm pointing a lot. This pissed me off, actually.
Okay.
This is from, I've got all old stuff today. Los Angeles Evening Citizen News, 1934. This really made me mad. A housewife in South Bronson Avenue gave a beggar, I know it's outdated language, gave a beggar 2 sandwiches readily enough when the man said he was broke and begged for food. But when she saw him throw one of the sandwiches away and give the other to a dog a few minutes later, Charity gave way to chagrin and she called the police. Last night, the beggar, John Larson, was sentenced to 30 days in jail in Municipal Judge A. Panessa After police found a bank book showing he had $150 in a local bank. I was saving it for a rainy day, Judge. Larson pleaded. And besides, the dog looked hungrier than I was.
Aww.
So I think the dumbass criminal is the housewife.
Yeah. Mind your own business. You don't do something nice and then do something like that. Remember when your sister bought a homeless person a sandwich and they threw it at
her fucking back? Sure did. Love it.
Oh, God. Okay, well, I have a lady named Tong Fu. This is from Kansas City. And I feel like you would hear the opposite of this most of the time, or it wouldn't get reported at all, and you'll see what I mean. So This is from KMBC. It says, a woman was arrested at a Liberty, Missouri massage business after a client told police she touched him inappropriately.
She touched him. Okay.
Tong Fu has been charged with second-degree sodomy in connection with the incident.
Sodomy?
Sodomy, girl. During the massage, he said his massage therapist grabbed him inappropriately, and he said he immediately stood up and left in a state of shock. The victim described the woman who allegedly touched him and the business's layout. When police responded, Fu initially told them the only two clients that day had been women. Fu also told police she didn't speak English and spoke Mandarin. A translator aided in communication with Fu, who again said the only clients were two women and said the surveillance videos are only viewable live. But they arrested Fu, who matched the description. And I just here she is.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, I feel like it would be like a man propositioning a woman, and then getting turned down. Or I picture something. Or I'm he is a victim and I don't want to negate that. But I could also picture a husband being like, oh, she grabbed me. I didn't want it.
Yeah, totally. I just love that she's like, there were only women here. Oh, you were a man? I didn't know. I thought you were a woman.
A very unhappy ending, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But anyway, I gotta go pack my bags because I'm leaving for real tomorrow, and that's all I have. That's all I can give.
Wee.
We're on vacation now.
Oh yeah, I'm so jealous you're going to Paris. Please send me so many pictures.
Girl, we're gonna be on the phone the whole time.
I know. Take me to the Eiffel Tower.
Girl.
FaceTime me.
Oh, whoa.
Come on.
I will. All right. Okay. That's it. We'll be back next week and I'll be wearing a beret.
Cool.
With some more coffin spinners.
And obituaries.
And dumb.
Ass.
Criminals.
Criminals.
These sound like Count Dracula.
Yeah, I am.
Goodbye.
Bye.